2, 1. Introductions.
Hi.
Yes, hello. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to Apartment 814, episode 45. I am your host, Sync Weaver, along with my co-hosts, Anima, VA on Anima. I honestly will never get that, but VA on Anima, Skeptic, and Panic. And today, it's about the Game Awards.
And the expiration of your car's extended warranty.
Yes, let's put in some. Let's talk about that for a second there.
How they continue to blow up your phone, no matter how many days and weeks and months go by.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't know how they keep getting our numbers. I guess it's like our numbers are public. I'm sure. But how do they know I would have a car, or you have a car, or anybody has a car?
I mean, there's only been like 200 data breaches in the past 3 years.
True. That's the sad part about it, isn't it?
The main data breach being the one of Equifax. I mean, just...
That was a very bad one.
I had a funny story about Equifax.
But don't get into it right now.
Right. Anyway, the Game Awards. I know you guys didn't see it. It's 3 hours long, so I know you guys wouldn't even have the time to watch it, but there is a TLDR website. I'm glad I actually set that all up. It's on IGN. They actually did a good job compiling everything. Let's talk about that, shall we? Now, VA on Anima has something to say about that. Talking about how the nominations are actually pitiful, but
yeah, these nominations are they're kind of mid.
Like okay, in terms of like the games that you're talking about and what awards, because there's plenty of games in here, like, you know, best direction, best narrative, all that other good stuff.
Mid. All right, listen, I may not know anything about It Takes Two being, you know, what it is, but like, hear me out. You know that, like, these are, I'm not even gonna argue that these are good or bad games per se, but nobody even liked Resident Evil Village.
What?
Nobody really liked it. I didn't hear great things about it at all.
What? It was good.
What are you talking? Wait, what?
He's not wrong. I haven't heard anyone talk about it though yet.
Like, literally, the hype died immediately on release, and a lot of people were, I was asking if people were enjoying the game, and nobody said anything.
It was good.
It
like,
was good. It was buzzing. I don't know where you were.
Look,
well, it wasn't buzzing nowhere near like 7 was, but like 7 was like the fresh new.
The only thing that was buzzing was the tall woman that everybody was fiending over. That doesn't have anything to do with if the game was actually enjoyable or not.
I mean, people will meme a meme to the hardest base because it's a meme.
It was a meme.
No, like, beyond that, people were saying, "Oh, Resident Evil Village. Oh yeah, I like the game." But that tall woman, though, yeah, I get it, because that was that was big distractions right there.
I mean, like, if people enjoyed it, because, I mean, like, let's just be honest. Like, I'm a Resident Evil fan.
Right.
The only reason I haven't played it yet is because apparently I need to play 7 to really understand what's going on in 8. I'm like, ugh. Like, and 7 is a good game.
Well,
like,
you need to, but it really adds to it adds so much more, because the back of your mind, you remember what occurred, you know, as the plot begins. Well, you don't have to, but like, you're doing yourself a slight disservice.
I will do that in that order. So it's the reason I haven't played it. And don't even get me started on Psychonauts 2. It's just such a well-deserved sequel, and I've heard the game is still just as well polished and incredible as his predecessor, which is why It Takes Two must be something great, because, you know, I imagine that Psychonauts 2 would have been a hard thing to beat. It didn't have much competition. However, these other games, like, are just like, they barely made it. Like, Ratchet and Clank being here, I didn't hear anything, and I mean anything. And I know it's Ratchet and Clank about Rift Apart, less than Resident Evil Village, and the only reason I heard more about that is because of the meme. Did that game actually pop off, or what? When did it even release? Ratchet and Clank?
Ratchet and Clank? Yeah, it did. It released like earlier.
When earlier? No one talked about it. It actually
happened?
just, it's so wild. It's so wild.
Well, you're saying no one talked about it, but I've been hearing a buzz about
No,
all those
no.
games.
You probably go looking
I mean,
for
like,
it.
okay, yeah, people have talked about it, but like, the buzz is so low compared to like how it used to be, and I guess that's really what he's getting at.
Yeah, like most of the time. See, hear me out. I live in a cave. I'm committed to a low information diet. Okay, what
I
that
mean,
means is
Well,
that's very
I
deliberate.
can tell you right now that the buzz was much lower than like over the past like what 5 years of game release.
But like, yeah, when it comes to game releases, they kind of like punch you in the face. Like game news and the release and like general buzz, like when it's huge, when there's a lot of controversy, when there's a lot of like, oh my god, this was amazing. Like you can't escape it. You know what I mean? It's like trying to like for me. Obviously, I watch a lot of like YouTubers and people who are in the Smash, so I couldn't. If I don't see the reveal of a new character, thank God that's over now. I'm gonna probably be spoiled the moment my phone launches. It's just like there's just certain things you just don't escape. And right now, like I'm looking at everything really, and it's just like, yikes. Now,
Yikes.
no, I'm dead serious. Like I don't hate half of these games. I'm not even saying that any of these are bad. I'm just saying like we really had a slow gaming year, huh? Like all those slow gaming months just turned into a slow gaming year. It did.
Yeah, it did.
Like
But, you know,
there's nothing here that pops out to me as like a definite like, oh my god. And It Takes Two, I'm glad a lot of people are saying that was a great game. I did hear It Takes Two was good before it won anything. But it's just like that's the best we had this year.
well, you also have to take last year into account as well.
Well, yeah,
Gotta
that's
take
true.
I think we gotta recount like what's going on with like this year, half of last year, and
It's like, yeah,
just-
like, like everyone's trying to recover in a sense, and that includes, the game industry.
like
I guess.
so. I mean,
It just seems like a lot of blockbusters hit last year, and like this year just isn't that year. It is literally just like a normal up and down kind of a thing.
well, with so many games being delayed or
Yeah.
not being finished, and seeing how like last year there was a lot of bangers.
Yeah, like a lot.
I
of
won't
games
even. You
released
know what? I
right
won't
last
even.
year.
Right.
I
What
won't
else
even
came out
harp
last
on that.
year?
I won't even harp on that because, I've heard of Deathloop. I've never really played Deathloop. I should honestly play Deathloop and
It was a
see
great
how
concept.
like.
It wasn't executed well. It was super.
So you played the game?
All right, listen, sir.
I watched the playthrough.
No, I'm asking. Did you play the game?
I did not play the game.
Okay.
All right.
It's good for what it is. I'm not gonna lie. Like in terms of the concept.
Well,
Like honestly, the concept is what drives a game. Like just the concept alone, because like outside of that, the gameplay is the same.
same as what? Like you mean just like first person shooter the same or something like that?
No, it plays like what's that game? First of all, what's the name of the company that made it?
Mhm.
Someone look that up, please.
So, oh wait, Deathloop is actually touchable. Arcane Studio. Who?
Wait, what?
Arcane Studio, yes.
Okay.
They made Dishonor.
Thank you. Dishonor. Okay, yeah. The gameplay is basically just like Dishonor, but with the Deathloop concept. And if you like that, it's if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, try to take it from somebody who hasn't played Dishonor.
Oh. How to describe it? Have you at least seen Dishonored?
I've seen Dishonored, sure, but I have not played Dishonored.
Okay, like first person espionage, combat type. I don't know. It's hard to really describe it, but it plays like Dishonored, but with a reskin and a time loop concept.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to take your word for it then.
Like Death Hunt is so old, bro. I mean, not seen like 1, 2, and 3.
I'm just gonna have to take your word for it. I did play actually a few of the games on this list. Unfortunately, I only played a little bit of Resident Evil Village, and I would say that game is good.
It's good.
It really is good. It Takes Two. I've never played that because it really requires you to have two people to play that game. And when you do, you experience a good story and like good puzzle platform and some fun in that. So I don't know. I'm not really too sure.
Let's try it out sometime, Skeptic.
See what happens.
Game.
Yeah, it's a game that really does take two to play to win. So
well, good title. I just finished scanning through this list, so let's just kind of just read it off, right?
Right.
So game of the year was It Takes Two. Okay.
So the best game direction is Deathloop. I'm pretty sure it's probably like the concept and the story, right?
I will say nominees for the Game of the Year were just enough for that because people probably want to know, like, well, who was it up against? Well, it was up against Deathloop, which is it's kind of unfortunate. Metroid Dread was also there, which is cool. I'm glad that it got the nominee. Psychonauts 2 for sure. Ratchet and Clank, again, not even Mad or Resident Evil for that matter, but I feel like these are here because they're recognizable AAA-ish games, or AAA games. It's like. Anyway, and I'm glad that It Takes Two won because it's probably a very refreshing original concept as far as it goes. It probably deserves it. I really want to get into it by playing it, not by seeing it. I've kept my eyes off of it for that purpose. So go ahead.
Okay. Oh yeah. So best game direction, we had Deathloop, It Takes Two, Returnals, Psychonauts 2, and Ratchet and Clank. Deathloop won that one. It says creative vision and innovation.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Yeah.
But not execution.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and roll through these. Best narrative, so it's outstanding storytelling. You had Deathloop, It Takes Two, Life is Strange, True Colors. I don't know if y'all are fans of that. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and Psychonauts 2.
I feel like Psychonauts 2 should have won that, but if Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy wins, I'm not too mad. But I feel like Psychonauts 2 deserves best narrative.
I've never played Guardians of the Galaxy, so it might actually have a good narrative. But I honestly... But I did play Psychonauts, and I think Psychonauts...
has an incredible narrative.
Yeah, it has a great narrative.
I've dipped in just enough to kind of get an idea without any spoilers. I still really want to play.
I'm gonna sit here and say that all these games seem to have good narratives.
Well, It Takes Two by definition, like being Game of the Year and like what it is pretty, I think, cool. But Guardians of the Galaxy really was entertaining to watch. Like I was watching somebody play through it, and I was like, sure, I'm not playing this game. And you know what? It kind of made me think a little bit of like Uncharted,
Right.
And the banter was there, and like, there's no better game to put like ongoing banter dialogue, than Guardians of the Galaxy. That would be.
You mean in general or just this year?
In the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay, I'm about to say, bro, because like I would give that to 15.
No, I know that's an old game. Okay. I'm saying like,
wait, 15.
If you're going to insert good banter in between characters,
yeah. I was about to say if you just meant for what we're talking about, and just in general, like best banter. I said, no, I'd give that award to Final Fantasy 15. Like their banter was top tier.
Their banter was pretty great. It got stale because there's a lot of repetition, but it is what it is. Best art direction.
So, best art direction, outstanding creativity or technical achievements in artistic design and animation. Deathloop, Kana, which I've not played. Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, and The Artful Escape, which is kind of ironic. So Deathloop won here. And honestly, this is like the one I don't agree with, because Psychonauts 2 just booms color and artistic creativity. So
don't get me started. Like Deathloop winning all this nonsense is kind of dumb.
And then there's Ratchet and Clank, which is a technical marvel in itself.
Oh yeah, Ripped Apart is actually good.
Incredible. Yeah.
So best score
winning those like.
Yeah. All right. So best score music for outstanding music and inclusive scores. So
take it.
Cyberpunk, which I'm surprised that's in there. Deathloop, Nier Replicant, Marvel,
We're
and the
talking
Artful
music.
Escape.
Like you don't have to shit on Cyberpunk for like music. If it had a good score, it had a good score. Like
That's
we're talking
true.
Sonic
I'm not
games,
even gonna front. It probably did, but like I just couldn't get past the
like garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning. Yeah, it did.
Good morning. We're talking about the Game Awards.
Yeah. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, I thought you were sleeping longer today.
I had a 7-hour stream yesterday.
I thought, yeah, because
I
I thought you were sleeping longer today.
Fuck that.
You gotta take you really need to take these sleeps, man.
I'm okay.
No.
But yeah, the Cyberpunk music is really good. Actually, yeah,
Okay.
it deserves to be up there. Yeah, the game, but the music, good. So yeah.
Yeah, Nier
Yeah,
Replicant
I'm
won though, and I can understand why. I played Nier Replicant and holy shit. It's just-
That soundtrack beat just let me just say it is.
you know that
Like,
the language that they be talking in the lyrics is not actual real language.
Yeah, I was like, it's probably not even Latin. I was thinking because I'm just like,
Yeah, I they just made it up. I was surprised.
I would love to hear somebody translate like any of Yuna's pop songs into Albed. Incredible.
I was about to say, I'll bet the one of the best made up language in video games.
Which you can actually decode and learn. So that's
I
that's
did,
crazy.
but I forgot it now.
So, best audio design. So, recognized for best in-game audio and sound design. So, we got Deathloop, Forza 5, Ratchet & Clank, Resident Evil, and Returnals. And Forza won? I've never played Forza.
You know
Yeah.
what? I'll give Forza credit where credit is due. It actually is a really good
It's
You
incredible.
don't even have to like racing games, but like if you could play it for free, you would give it a relatively good score.
I think
I'll give that to Microsoft. Forza
comes-
is actually a great franchise.
when it comes right down to it, like Forza's audio design is probably peerless
It is
Yeah.
top notch. It has to be. It's a
because the immersion is so intense. Like it's
Yeah.
Well,
like if you're really
Ooh.
into driving games, like I mean, I caught somebody streaming it too. That's the funny thing. It's just like I know somebody who streams it, and it's just like there's just something about how amazing
amazing it is. Yeah,
that game is for what it
it's-
is.
hands down the most beautiful racing game I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's just
Certainly.
it's because it's simple that they can just really refine like the little things, and that's why the sound design is actually pretty great. Like it's just something you take for granted. You know?
all right, I'll take your word for it.
That sounds like another game to add to my backlog.
So,
Please don't.
let's move on to best performance.
Racing enthusiasts only.
So, awarded to individuals for their voiceover and acting. We already know who won this one, but Erica and Mori from Life is Strange.
okay,
Now,
she's still like damn.
Giancarlo Esposito from Far Cry 6,
Yeah.
which
Oh, yeah.
I actually was sad about this one. Jason E. Kelly for Deathloop, and that's the guy, the main character, with
Right.
Ozuyama Akagai from Deathloop, who is the woman who's actually going
The
against
woman.
him. But
Right.
Maggie Robertson from Resident Evil Village, who played
We'll take
Lady
Lady
Demetrius.
Dimitrescu.
We'll-
Yeah,
we'll-
she
we'll
won.
take it.
She won,
We'll
which
take
is
it. We take those.
Okay, listen.
she won. So no, that's fine. That's fine. She did good. She did good.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. I feel like at least 10 to 20% of that was meme bias.
I think so.
No. Hear me out on this one. It wouldn't. So sometimes things are memes because they're good, and some are bad because they're just so terrible that they're hilarious. And sometimes things are memes because they're extremely effective. Okay, and for what it turned into, everybody being super horny, which I mean, whatever. That's one thing. But if her voice was bad, or if her voice acting was bad,
it was good.
you'd have a whole different meme on your hands.
Well, okay. I mean, the point is that I'm not mad about this. She did a very good job at her role. However,
She
I
did.
thought Giancarlo did better.
Yeah.
So
He probably did.
Wait, what was his role again?
He's a whole
he
ass,
was the main bad guy in Far Cry 6.
Yeah, he's a whole
Oh.
ass top tier. Like,
oh yeah, you know what? I
movie
do know what you're
actor.
talking about. He
Yeah.
is really good.
How did he not win?
He didn't get memed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if this is a popularity contest, then I
Right.
can understand how that happened.
Like, no, like.
But
that
she
man
didn't do a bad
acting
job.
was phenomenal.
Oh, no, she
Yeah.
did
But
great.
his acting probably was better.
Yeah, his acting was phenomenal.
His acting is 100% better.
Because
Have
it
y'all
wasn't-
seen Breaking Bad?
Yeah,
Well,
like because it wasn't just like voiceovers. He was actually, they were doing motion
Right.
taking, and so
He
he
was
had to
basically
really act.
And they just recorded it. Just being
So-
himself.
Well, let me just say this. All right. The only reason I say probably is because I haven't played Resident Evil Village, but I did see a lot of Far Cry 6 with his acting in it, and I was just like, oh my god. I mean, like, it's kind of like you don't have to tell me about mocap after I played freaking Detroit Become Human.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, we know that they're actually acting, and they're pretty much themselves because they're basing the whole in-game model on their actual real-life look. So I'm pretty familiar with how like that works and translates into the game, but it's like I imagine that she didn't have to do nearly as much because of the fact that she's a huge monster. It just kind of hits different, you know what I mean? So
But
it's
you know, I've heard the argument that just regular voice acting is harder because you're not physically doing, like it's harder to get into character.
is.
I've told.
It's true.
it is way harder. That's the other part. So I'm thinking like she probably had a harder job of nailing the performance because she didn't have her body language to throw into it to really help her with the emotions. It is harder. It's like he might have just gotten away with doing what he always does as an actor, but like in the gaming realm, like the actual talent it takes to pull off a really good voice performance is probably a lot different. And that's where I'm saying, like, if she didn't have any real mocap stuff going on, she had to use nothing but voice talent to get it across. Now, the fact that the best performance also includes motion and or performance capture means that he might have done literally, like, physically more, but like she probably had a harder task of selling the character than he did, especially
Probably.
since he was probably typecasting himself.
I would say so. I mean, yeah, because I mean, I'm not gonna discount any kind of effort here. They both did a hard amount of work to do. So,
she did
Of
good.
course.
so I'm not even gonna just like. They both did a good job. They both worked hard for this. But
Right,
my opinion would be that I think Giancarlo did better. So I'm not
even gonna argue that, to be honest with you. We just have to put respect on Maggie's name because
Right.
like,
Well,
you
let's
can't
move on.
act
Let's move on.
yeah.
But that next category, by the way, I'm shocked and appalled that Genshin Impact isn't in that next category.
Wait, so did Genshin Impact for the thoughts of provoking game with a thought-provoking game? Sorry, with pro-social meaning.
Well, no, it says Games for Impact, and the freaking Impact is in the name of Genshin Impact.
Oh, well, I guess.
Therefore,
I guess
it
you're
has to
right.
win.
But I have
no
no idea what Before Your Eyes is. I have an inkling of what Boyfriend Dungeon is. Basically, like a cop out of like Scott Pilgrim. Only it's, only it's the girlfriend and she's fighting her own boyfriends. Chicory,
got
a
nominated. Nice.
like a colorful tale I've seen and I'm actually interested. Life is Strange, which won. And then there's No Longer Home. I've never played.
I
Bless
don't
you.
know
They're no
any
longer
of
home
these
because they didn't win.
Ow.
Oh man, that's
No,
rude.
yeah, I can get that to Life is Strange. Like their entire narrative by default has to be impactful, or else it won't sell. So
Yeah.
So
That was the direction.
entirely driven based on your choices and how you feel about what's happening. So it has to.
I'll
If
take.
it's not impactful, that they didn't do their job.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
Best
bet-
ongoing game we're gonna skip
Boo, best ongoing game.
because
We're going through-
the winner was completely
That's what
undeserved.
So, just
That's
to say, the best ongoing game for outstanding development and ongoing content in the evolution of the player experience. So all of them are actually viable.
Boo.
It was
Okay,
between
For the
Apex
for the
Legends,
exception of
Call of
Warzone,
Duty, Warzone. Man, get out of here.
for the exception of Warzone, which I don't know why that's on there.
It should've
Apex
been
Legends,
COD.
huh?
It should have been COD.
Why?
Should have been
Because-
Genshin Impact because
Because
Impact was in the name.
I'm a troll like that. It should have been COD.
and its
Oh.
impact is lasting, so therefore it's ongoing.
I
So
was so torn with this one. I was so torn with this damn thing
Actually,
because
you
you
know
know the
what?
two games that are in there that are from
like
me.
all so
What?
none.
Fortnite
So I don't
and
know.
COD.
Yes.
So okay, now actually Fortnite should be on here. Fortnite,
Yeah.
Genshin, and Apex Legends. They are all viable.
Yeah.
Apex.
Yeah.
What is going on with you today?
Oh wait, Apex one.
Apex.
No.
No. Apex
no.
didn't win. Final Fantasy won. But I'm saying, the
What?
only one
Wait.
that shouldn't be on here is Call of Duty.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 15 one.
Wait, what? No, don't.
No, it was
don't-
Final Fantasy 13.
Which fantasy is?
Final Fantasy 14 won.
14.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say yeah. I was like, what? 14 is.
So Final
Of
Fantasy
course.
14 won, and
So moving on, best indie game.
No, my Genshin.
Oh my God.
Someone play the violin for my Genshin Impact, please. Thank you, Anima.
all right, let's skip it. Whatever. So about Apex Legends, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. Tell me why Genshin Impact is on here. Last
Look,
order.
Best indie game, right?
No. We should
We're
talk
not-
about this because you know.
We're not going there.
We should talk about this because I don't think you guys know about the seasons for Fortnite or the seasons for Apex. Let's move on to indies because
I-
yeah.
Bro,
I do.
Naruto being put into Fortnite was enough for me, bro. That was-
No,
That won you over.
Fortnite actually has an actual story.
I know. Which is why this crossover nonsense is getting out of hand.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't play Fortnite, so I don't care.
Best indie game.
Well,
Kina,
I mean, that's it. 12
'cause-
minutes, Death's Door, Kina, which I still haven't played.
I feel
Ins-
like 12 minutes though.
I say 12
Inscription and Loop Hero.
Yeah, like I feel like that probably would have actually won if people knew what the hell.
minutes. Wait,
Maybe
that didn't
Kina
win?
is something people didn't
What?
know about, but was
That didn't
better.
win. Pure nonsense. 12 minutes is phenomenal.
Oh no, people are playing Kina on
Kina must
Twitch.
be incredible.
They're
So-
playing on Twitch. Yeah.
So I don't
Oh
I
wait,
I don't know
It's
about
also the
12.
best debut indie game at
is
that.
Kina that Disney Pixar live action video game?
What? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
Listen,
no.
I've seen 12 minutes. It's an interesting take, but it's
Mm.
it's personally not for me. Death's Door is a game that is for me. Inscription is also a game for me because it's actually a card game and it's D&D based. And then you got Loop Hero, which I've not played. So
Yeah. So anyway,
Wait.
best debut indie game is Kina, Bridge of Spears as well.
Oh.
Or Sable, Artful
Is it?
Escape,
Oh,
Forgotten City, and-
Kina. Y'all are saying it
Valheim.
weird, or is that the proper?
Here,
way to
let me say it louder.
I thought
Let me-
Kenna.
I thought it was Kenna.
I think
say
it's Kina.
Kena.
I'm not really too sure, but Sable,
Bruh.
Artful Escape, and this is the best debuted indie game. Then there's the Forgotten City and Valheim. Now Valheim's amazing, so
Yeah, it is.
I'm not
It's
sure
wild that
why that didn't get.
Yo, Kina must be the fucking bomb.com.
Yeah, it must be.
We should check that out.
It's
So-
the freaking live Disney Pixar looking ass game. Yeah.
So
of
best
course.
mobile game:
Yay.
Vantasian, Genshin Impact, League of Legends,
Yeah.
Marvel, and Pokemon Unite. Now
Pokemon
I
Unite.
am so surprised that Pokemon Unite did not win.
That's because Genshin
But
is
no,
a
this
superior product.
this is obviously Genshin Impact.
Moving forward, best community support, Final Fantasy 14 over Fortnite, No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky doesn't really need another
No, no.
W on that.
So No Man's Sky actually has good support now. So
But they
does.
won last year, didn't they?
no,
for
they,
this?
no, they didn't because
Well,
No Man's
good.
Sky
Keep that
last year.
nominee.
No, it was all this year. That all that
They-
shit that was coming out that was really good is this year.
Well, I mean, hear me out. Like, No Man's Sky has been nominated for best community support or best ongoing, whatever. Like, they let them have their nominees. They're working hard. They're doing okay.
I'm not saying anything bad about this.
But 14 totally wins that. Anyway, best VR AR game.
Why are you rushing me?
Yeah,
we got like
what's up with
18
that?
more categories, bro. Like, can we? I said we're not gonna say all the nominees for all the other ones. Except I just said. For
All
Game of the
right,
Year.
so all right, good point.
Unless
So
we
this is
really want a controversy out of the whole entire topic.
all right.
you
So
know.
I'm just gonna go down the list then, since you do bring up a point. Best VR AR game: Hitman 3, I Expect You to Die 2, Lone Echo, Resident Evil, and Sniper Elite. Resident Evil 1.
Evil 4 out here still catching awards.
Innovation and accessibility, which is recognizing software and hardware that pushes the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games being played and enjoy in an even wider audience. Far Cry 1. Or no, I'm sorry, Forza
No,
1. Far Cry did
Forza.
not win, sorry. Marvels was on there, Ratchet was on there, and The Veil Shadow of the Crown, which
Wait.
I've never played.
Oh, so this is for accessibility.
Forza 1.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, innovation and accessibility. Forza 1.
Yeah.
Best
It deserves
action
it.
game.
Best action game.
Returnal.
So
over
yeah,
Back 4
Returnal.
Blood, Chivalry, Deathloop, and Far Cry 6.
Returnal wins, and I understand that because it's also good. Best action game: Marvel, Metroid, Ratchet,
Well, hold on.
Resident
Best
Evil.
action adventure game. 'Cause we
Action?
just said best action game.
Well, I mean they're all action too, but action adventure
But
game
You
nonetheless.
have to say that because you got 2 best action winners. It doesn't make any sense. Best
True.
action adventure game.
All right, yeah, you're right.
Right.
Best action adventure game is Metroid. Metroid wins. Best
Dub for the
RPG.
Metroid fans. Big
Best
time.
RPG, Tales of Arise, going
Don't
against Shin
even need to say
Megami
anything
Tensei, Scarlet Nexus, Monster Hunter, and
It beat
Cyberpunk.
Shin Megami Tensei. Wow.
It beat
Yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei and Monster Hunter Rise.
Wait,
But
yeah.
Cyberpunk being there kind of like whatever.
What?
Yes.
Oh,
All right,
Nexus-
best fighting
Nexus isn't
game.
bad either.
Best fighting game.
Guilty
Say
Gear
that you didn't
Strive.
see this coming. Against Demon
that's okay.
Slayer, Guilty Gear, Melty Blood, Nickelodeon, and Virtual Fighter 5.
Oh, Nickelodeon obviously won.
No.
Yeah, Guilty Gear won.
Guilty Gear totally.
What?
Best family game. It Takes Two that went against
course.
Mario Party Superstars to be specific, not super like Mario Party.
Mario Party Superstars,
Pokemon Snap, Super Mario 3D World,
Bowser's
and
Fury,
WarioWare.
Nintendo
So-
lost with an 80% chance to win. That's
I know.
Weird, right? Best sports game: F1 2021, FIFA, Hot Wheels, Forza 1. Forza
Forza
won this.
1.
Forza
Forza
1.
is crushing it, and, I don't
And
believe it.
Riders Republic, which I don't know what that is. Best sim strategy game. There was Age of Empire that won.
I don't know
Evil
nobody.
Geniuses 2, Humankind, Inscription, and Microsoft Flight Simulator
mean,
was on here for some reason.
Age
That's
of Empires.
First of all, sim and strategy should not be together. So that's
How is
one.
I agree.
Microsoft Flight Simulator even still like that? Just goes to show like we really didn't have anything because it's just that they don't re-release it or anything.
Well, they put sim and strategy together. It's dumb. They shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
The best multiplayer game, Back for Blood, It Takes Two won that one. Knockout City, Monster Hunter Rise, New World, and Valheim.
Sorry,
Now-
Knockout City.
So New World is on here, which is it's an MMO, so I guess it's so close. Best content creator of the year: Dream,
Dream
Fusely, Gals, Abai, or The Greft.
I don't know who any of these people really
I
are.
don't
So
know.
I know Fusely, but yeah, Dream won.
All right, esports athlete went to Simple.
It went to, let's be specific. Let's be specific. Alexandra Simple Kostalev. So like there is Chris Simp Liar,
And then there's
Shoemaker Collapse
Simple.
and Tens.
The
So
fact that somebody who got nominated is literally going by Simp is hilarious.
yeah, best
I know, right?
esports coach, which like honestly, okay, whatever. Silent Ing or Inge, Blade 3, Crowder, or Zheng Guin. Who was the winner?
Coma.
Coma.
Yeah.
So I don't know any of the coaches. So okay.
Well,
Good luck.
whatever. We don't know much about esports right now.
I don't know anything about
Best
Sweden.
Best
events was
esports
the 2021 League of Legends World Championship.
So there's the International League of Legends,
now-
Valorant Championship, PGL, and PUBG.
Doesn't
And
win.
PUBG. Well, League of Legends will always win that one.
2021 and
League of-
it's
Hate the game awards now.
League of Legends is always going to win that one. Best
Bro, League of
esports
Legends
game.
is so ahead of the game. I don't even want to get
Best
into it.
esports game is Call of Duty,
League of
CS:GO,
Legends,
Dota 2, League of Legends, or Valorant. League of Legends wins, as they
undisputed.
always do.
Undisputed right now.
Wait. Well, how's Valheim in the esport game?
Valorant.
Valorant.
What's Valorant? Oh, sorry, I'm blind. Okay.
All right, and best esports team, there's Atlanta FaZe, DWG Kia, Natus Vincere for CS:GO. They won. Team Spirit for Dota, or Sentinels for Valorant. CS:GO, which is weird. Natus Vincere won. They play CS:GO, so
CS:GO
good
rep.
job to them. And the most anticipated game out of Elden Ring, God of War, Horizon Forbidden
The
West,
sequel to Legend
the
of
sequel
Zelda.
to Legend of Zelda.
That's funny.
and Starfield. I'm mad they just put the sequel to The Legend of Zelda
That's how
Breath
you
of
know
the
the game's anticipated. We don't even have the official name yet.
Yeah.
They
And-
haven't nominated.
So Elden Ring
should have won because
So-
of the freaking game.
so Elden Ring won that one.
Elden Ring totally should win that.
They
so Elden
they
Ring
showed
kinda-
more, or they showed a bit more, and they actually had a
Yeah.
demo. So I don't
But
think
Ragnarok in a close second because God knows
Yeah.
God of War.
so. Those
is
are
popping off.
those are all the nominations. Those are all the winners. The game of the year was It Takes Two. So congratulations to everybody in Takes Two. I have not played the game, couldn't, but I know I've heard good things about it.
It looks amazing.
Can we also talk about how Metroid actually won an award in all of this? And
that MVP is Metroid Dread right now for like coming back from the dead and just winning an award like that. I am super stoked for those Samus fans.
So you know what's gonna happen now? Nintendo's gonna be like, oh wait, they like Metroid. All right, we're gonna fucking shill the shit out of this.
Now, unfortunately, that's how they're gonna go about it. But fortunately, they kind of needed that because man, Metroid fans have been just sitting on the back burner, waiting for their time to rise, and here it is.
All right,
good.
So
that's a big deal.
So we're gonna move on to the other part of this is the interesting notable games that were debuted for the Game Awards. So they always have trailers and stuff.
Sorry, but can I ask which one the Metroid Dread won?
Which one?
I think I missed that one.
Best action adventure game.
Oh,
Action adventure game.
Oh, I was there.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
We got Cuphead coming through. Let's not even go through it in the slowest way possible. We're gonna just put out the highlights.
So notable games. Planet Ilfana. I put the links in the drive. So I think
one of them isn't like this Planet Ilfana link isn't live.
Yeah. For whatever reason.
Copy and paste it or something.
They're all copy and pasted, but
show
like
trailers that you think people should see in the thing.
It'll take
live viewers.
It'll take a while, but yeah, I could do that.
Any notable ones? Not all of them. Oh, there's links to the actual timestamps of the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went out of my way to do all that.
Oh, thank you, man.
Hellblade: Senua's Saga. I don't know if any of you guys played Hellblade.
It's good.
Yeah, Hellblade 2 is coming out, and it looks really good. The graphics itself looks amazing. So I can't wait for that to come out. Star Wars Eclipse. That took me.
Star Wars on it is gonna be.
Well, it took me for a ride. It's very different, but I heard it's supposed to be like the first game in like the New Republic era or something like that.
Oh.
I'm not too sure what that means. Bethesda's commercial is not a game. It's just a very interesting take there, because what they did was they had a commercial talking about like how they're working really hard. They memed on themselves saying, you know, we're trying to get Skyrim, you know, to be re-released again and all that shit. But the more interesting thing is that they had while the whole commercial was going, they had game keys and codes going on throughout the entirety of that commercial, and people could take those and actually get like a free game off of that or something. It was that was interesting. Yeah. New Wonder Woman game is coming out. They only showed like a trailer of Wonder Woman and her body. I don't know. Alan Wake 2. I don't know if anybody plays Alan Wake, but Alan Wake 2 is coming out, and they're shifting gears. It's less action and more survivor horror.
I thought there were already two of that.
I don't know. I don't play Alan Wake.
Yeah, because I have it in my library. My backlog.
Oh, that's not of Lana. It's of Lana.
Of Lana.
Of Lana. Oh.
Okay, word. We'll change that then.
I'm like, of Lana. I took it. I didn't question it because it's planet. It could be anything.
Yeah. Planet of Lana.
Okay, I get Alan Wake's American Nightmare, I guess, counts as a 0.5 or something instead of an actual 2.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't play Alan Wake, but if anybody who likes survivor horror, there it is. Ben Schwartz introduced Sonic to
the movie.
But here's the thing. I'm going to actually click on it, and we're going to watch that entire experience. It's not long, but the reason why we're watching it is because Jim Carrey did a bit.
Which I'm also looking forward to Knuckles.
Knock knock.
Knock knock. As I call him, K-Nux.
That's chaotic.
I played the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog in the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you very much.
Everybody wearing their masks. Is that Reggie?
Thank you
that
so
was.
much for supporting our movie. Also, thank you very much for the note about Sonic's legs and teeth in our original trailer. That note, for real, that's a good note. That's a good note. I'm really happy that worked out. We needed that. We
Man,
really
Tom
needed
Holland
that.
looks different.
Yeah.
The good news is, so many of you loved our first movie that we got to make a sequel. And today, yes, video game movies, come on.
We were talking about this when we were watched
Sure,
the first one.
2 other people at the end. Today, I brought with me the trailer to that sequel. Yeah. I mean, this isn't like the real trailer. This is a blank DVD for effect. If this was the real trailer, I feel like we screwed because there's no computer with a DVD drive anymore, so this would be like troublesome. Anyway, I can't tell you how excited we all are about Sonic 2. So many incredible people are in this movie. We got James Marsden, Tika Sumpter, Colleen O'Shaughnessy as Tails, Idris Elba as Knuckles. And of course, the legend Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik.
Colleen is Tails.
Now, Jim
The
has
actual
actually
voice
sent
actor
a
for
very
Tails.
special video
Mike.
over to say hello
Oh.
to all of you, and you guys are in luck because I have the video with me right here. Oh, a callback! I'm happy. Just kidding. This is blank still. Let's roll the video, Jim. What do you say?
Okay, Jim is.
Hello, everyone, and hello, Ben. I'm sorry I couldn't be there with you, but I look forward to meeting all of your avatars in the metaverse, where we can really get to know
Oh my
each other.
gosh, Jim.
Hey, before you see this exciting new Sonic trailer, I'd like to pass on a
the
word of advice
metaverse.
that my Scottish grandfather gave to
Oh
me
my God.
when I was just a boy. He said, son, don't grade it in the grinder. Don't do it, son. Don't grade it in the grinder, boy. Grade it, by all means, grade it till the cows come home. But don't grade it in the grinder. And then to drive the point home, he put his hands around my neck and he squeezed real hard. He said, don't do it, son. Don't grade it in the grinder. Are you listening to me, boy? Are you listening?
Wow. Yeah. Inspiring words. Thank you, Jim. You know, I think we all needed to hear that. Yeah, take it in if you need to. Good? Great.
That was super
Okay,
helpful.
Here we go. Thank you again for continuing to support
That
the
was-
Blue Blur, and it is my honor to present to you the trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Enjoy.
Okay, we're gonna stop there. Okay, only because Paramount.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Paramount will come in and be like, no, brother.
That's why I was like, what are you doing? Oh. Bitch.
Yeah, that's why I said the Jim Carrey bit. So
Okay.
Yeah, just the Jim Carrey bit. But one thing I have to say is that I wasn't too sure that I guess a lot of people really did support the movie. And it it did show, and people were actually excited about it. So
we didn't even know if the sequel was gonna happen because of like the whole team getting fired. Remember? So,
right,
Hello.
like yeah, I always thought that was sad, but like
But it wasn't like what people thought it was. So I mean, it must have worked itself out.
right. So the trailer's actually really good. I would suggest going checking it out when you get the chance.
They actually made Knuckles intimidating.
Yes.
With, Idra. I mean, like, thank God.
He's back to form. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he was. Like,
So somebody must have done like extensive research and actually tried to keep up with like the meta of the movie and the meta of the game. So it must have been something, I don't know. Somebody
they're doing a good job.
doing good. So interesting fact: Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is going to be on PC in the Epic Game Store on December 16th, 2021.
Whoop.
I
You
hate
need to
that.
have a PS5 to play Intergrade.
I hate that Epic Game Store thing though.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
it.
but now you get to play it on PC. So if you don't have a PlayStation 5, you can play it on PC.
True. Yeah.
But this is the one thing they've done right so far that I can see.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Apparently, the Kingdom Hearts games are in there too. I didn't realize it.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a big deal too. Actually, I'm
Yeah.
good with that.
Mm.
Square Enix put some respect on Epic Store's game.
yeah.
I mean, Epic Game Store, whatever.
For those of you who play Destiny 2, a new expansion came out. It's called the Witch Queen. I think.
Yeah, people could not.
I think Skeptic is a Destiny player, so that probably might interest him.
Destiny.
Yeah.
That piece of trash is still making content.
Never mind. yes, it is.
Well, they have a very dedicated fan base, so I guess they can.
So Nightingale I will actually show the trailer on that one. Nightingale is a build survival game. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna speed it up so that
it's a
not...
strand type game, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm kidding.
I'm trying to find the words for it. Listen, I'm trying to find the words for it. But let me speed this up so we're not spending all day on this shit. ×2. Okay, here we go. So, did it just like? Oh, okay, yeah. I think it skipped it.
Like how there's a game that's not releasing on the PS5.
There we go. So it's a full-on trailer, but what they talk about is that you're a survivor. You go through many worlds, and you actually like build bases and stuff.
Oh yeah, I heard about the development of this game.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be an interesting game when it comes out. They show a little bit of gameplay, but not enough for me to be convinced, really. But the fact that you can make your own base, like you can make like a full-on log cabin in like a world of your choosing, and you get to play with people. So, oh, see, they actually had you building up an entire town. So it was survival yet again.
Cool.
So that being said, I don't know if any of you guys are into that kind of stuff, but there it is.
Okay, that last scene, I want it. I want it now.
What do you want?
The giant destroying the hard work that I put into my town. I want it.
Okay. I'm sure you'll have a great time when the game comes out then.
Real.
Next is Smeagol's getting a game. From Lord of the Rings. Smeagol's getting a game. I think it's actually kind of cool, the fact that he's getting a game. But at the same time, I don't know if it'll be for me. I like Smeagol as a character. Wasn't really on his side as a fan though. Like,
Crunchy.
Yeah, full on Smeagol protecting his precious. But the game, he's physically weak, so the gameplay is more likely going to be him being very, I don't know. He's probably going to be more or less setting up traps or stuff like that. I don't know.
Is this gonna
be an actual game? What the heck? Is it?
It's an actual game that's gonna come out.
Yeah, it's an actual game.
Action game. An action game.
It could be a stealth.
I think it might be espionage.
Yeah, I'm thinking more on the lines of like I can't do anything stealth kind of game.
Like they even show here, like right here, he's just like, whoop! I'm gonna just dump lava on you.
I would not be able to play this game.
Why?
Because I suck at stealth and like strategy.
That sucks for you, bro.
I know.
Cuphead. The Cuphead band did a great job in the Game Awards. It was really good. I'm not gonna play it because I don't know if there's any kind of copyright on it. It might not be, honestly. But the Cuphead DLC Island. I'm a fan, huge fan of Cuphead, so this is great for me.
Alright.
It looks amazing. If you guys want to see that, I'll actually show that on screen.
Oh, you know what? Hold up. I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt, but the one thing about Smeagol is that he kind of has like this, this multiple personality thing going on.
Yeah.
You know how that would be really interesting to incorporate into gameplay? He's constantly going to be between needing to run and hide and wanting to like kill people. And I think that like, depending on how much choice they give the player and how that happens, that could be really interesting. Not only for the narrative, but for the gameplay. Like, they kind of pointed that out. I was like looking at it and just like, no, he must hide. I'm just like, bro, if they pull that off creatively, it could be a really good game. If they kind of put it in there, it'll be a flop.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see. We don't even have a grasp of concept of gameplay yet, so we'll just have to wait.
Yeah. I just think him as a character, as a protagonistic.
Yeah, no, I'm not disavowing that. I would like
that's what makes him an interesting game.
I would just like to see gameplay first.
There's so many options for him.
But speaking of gameplay, they actually have gameplay for Cuphead, but they're just being like very 1930s about it with the puppets and stuff.
Wait,
but
what?
They're 1930s, 1940s. I don't know when early cartoons came out. But that's how they're being, and they're being very clever about it. They're very, very clever about all this, and it's really good looking stuff. Like gameplay. extra character, Miss Chalice, who she was the one who gave you your power-ups in the game, and she was a ghost. Now she's alive,
and she's a playable
and
character.
she's a playable.
I mean, we're only going to hell, so I mean, if you really think
Cuphead, Mugman, and Miss Chalice.
Yeah. Yes.
Look, everybody popping off. Okay, Cuphead was an absolute slam dunk.
It's a shame, you know, some critics couldn't get past the first level, but I heard it was really hard.
About that.
It sucks. That first level hard.
The game Shia showed a little bit more of itself. If you want to take a look at that trailer, it's not a bad trailer. It looks good. Looks interesting. Suicide Squad, the game, sets place in an alternative universe where the good guys are bad and the bad guys are good.
Cool.
And the first apparent boss is the Flash. Yeah, you have Captain Boomerang.
Wait, why'd you? Is it an alternate universe? I just thought Brainiac was controlling people.
Well, I think Brainiac is controlling him, so that is the thing. But whatever universe is set in, basically, all the good guys are just evil.
In the universe where Brainiac screws everyone over because it's Brainiac.
Right. So now the good guys are just evil, and their mission for the Suicide Squad is to actually kill the heroes, not save them.
Because Brainiac is DC Ultron, so it makes sense.
Right.
Pretty much.
New Saints Row, female main protagonist, and they're going back to how they were before, and instead of being like superheroes.
Remake. It's a remake, right?
Cool. I think so.
A redo. I don't know.
Oh,
start over.
Yeah, basically. I don't know what that's called. You guys would have the answer to that. Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Now that's something Skeptic and Panic would like.
Borderlands.
Yeah, basically. And it looks crazy. It looks absolutely nuts.
It looks like the Borderlands standard.
Sweet.
Rumbleverse. We don't know what Rumbleverse is. Some people are saying it's a battle royale beat 'em up game. I honestly don't know what to take from it. They showed zero gameplay, but they showed a lot of like, here's the cinematic concept of it. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that one. Fortnite's in its new season. The story is going on, but Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson plays a pivotal character in Fortnite, along with like Spider-Man and Iron Man and Batman and all the other superheroes, and Master Chief and the Alien, and you guys get it. There's too many people in that game.
That's the crossover we've all dreamt of.
Everyone is here, basically, in that game. Blood Hunt. Blood Hunt is a vampire kind of like versus game. Showed a little bit on that. If you guys want to take a look at that, there's the link right there. New Halo TV series. So the Master Chief is being brought into this TV universe. I guess they just want to make a show of the Master Chief. I mean, I think 343 needs this because they haven't been doing anything except for working on Halo Infinite, which I've heard the multiplayer is actually good.
About to go crazy.
Yeah, they're about to just pop off, I guess. Synced Off Planet. Very interesting game. I would suggest you guys watching the trailer to get a full spic of it. I'll actually show a little bit.
No, I don't want to see you like on another planet, dude.
Well, I mean, it's starring me. All right, you better appreciate it. All right,
No.
It took me a long time to get that gig.
No.
I'll take a look at it.
We told you to get a rig to be a VTuber, and you went and made a whole ass game. You had to go.
Yeah, I went above and beyond. Is that so bad?
Yes.
It's funny I say that. I actually am a character in a game. Like, I'm joking, but then I'm like, oh yeah, I am a. Oh,
But
okay.
they show you again more cinematics, no gameplay. They showed a little bit of the cinematics last year, but now they're showing even more. They showed a little bit of the story last year, but they're not showing any of this time. So I'm thinking there's some sort of direction change. I hope it doesn't ruin the game. Last but not least, The Matrix had both a movie trailer and a game trailer. And I put in the starting point also in the Google Docs. Keanu Reeves and I forgot her name.
I'm not sure how I feel about that whole thing. I was like, it's like we're really at that point where we're remaking / continuing old shit. It's just like very.
They didn't even get every single character back. They I guess they couldn't afford them. I don't know.
They couldn't afford Lawrence Fishburne.
They can afford Lawrence Fishburne, and they absolutely can afford whoever played Trinity. I don't remember her name.
Well, she is in there.
Oh.
But they could afford Keanu Reeves' expensive ass.
They can afford Lawrence. I mean, come on, Lawrence Fishburne was in John Wick 2.
I don't know about Keanu. I don't know what his standards are. Lawrence, I don't know what his standards are neither. Maybe he didn't want to come back.
Maybe he just didn't want to be in the movie.
Yeah, maybe he didn't. He just didn't want to come back to it, which I can understand.
It's not like he's a triple. He's not out here balling out that much.
He might be not doing much. Yeah, they showed the movie and the game trailer. The game itself is like if GTA went into the Matrix.
Oh my god. That sounds horrible. I need to see that.
Yeah.
Well, there's the link. You can click on it and see. Last but not least, very humbling words from the guy who made It Takes Two. He said that last time he was at the Game Awards, he said, fuck the Oscars, and then he's like coming to a revelation like, well, in a way, the Game Awards did fuck the Oscars because the Game Awards are getting a lot more views than the Oscars. And it just, I guess it came all around. But apparently, throughout that time, he became a father. He's about to have another daughter. He's telling people to have kids.
He's just like, if you haven't had any kids, go get them.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was like, yeah, I feel that. He's like, it's the best thing that's ever happened. I'm just like, you don't, like, let me just say this really quick. You can't, like, understate the feeling of a new parent. You just can't. Like, it's just... Skeptic.
I don't see Dokev. Where's that Dokev trailer?
So Dokev didn't have a trailer. They had
Lies.
an appreciation, like a little concert. No, an appreciation concert. That's not a trailer. That is not a trailer. How is that a trailer if it doesn't show anything new?
That's all in-game activity. That was new in-game content.
No, it wasn't. That was them rigging themselves up for a concert. That's not in the game.
I guarantee you
that was specifically made for the Game Awards, bro.
I guarantee you we'll be able to do that in game.
Okay. Well, if it does happen, it does happen. But they specifically said, "Hey, the Dokev, they coming out with a special, exclusively for the Game Awards, just a little concert for everybody," and that's what that was, dude.
Using in-game mechanics
that we've already seen. What is it? Dancing? You want to see little kids dance, bro? Is that what you want to see?
See, now this is taking such a turn for the worse.
That's what I'm trying to avoid here, bro.
Anyway, look, I'm just gonna say this. I think that him being a parent wanting to give that award to his kid was very sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, how do we get the Dokev, man? What? Like,
I don't know.
He came out of nowhere. I'm just like, Marcus. Because I'm parent to parent now.
You continue to fuck up.
Because, like, bro, I get in my feelings, okay? I'm just like, how do you feel being a new parent? And then you came out of nowhere. I was like, but how about that Dokev trailer? I'm just like, you should go watch that. Go watch that link of the man winning, okay? Whatever his name was.
They say it, so
foreign humor.
But yeah. Hope you guys like this new format where I just like put links on everything. And
I mean, it's helpful, so you know,
yeah,
you've got like that much content that you want to cover, but we usually don't have this much content to cover.
Yeah, so I had to go through it as fast as possible. I will be posting this in a lot of the public spaces. Hopefully I can just put this in the description of the video that's going to show up in YouTube so that people can go and take a look at the content themselves. I can do that now, actually. But yeah, the Game Awards. Anything notable you guys want to have a last say in? Anything notable? Anything that you appreciate or disliked, or perhaps you guys were just happy to be parents?
I was impressed with Deathloop being there so many times.
And not winning winning everything. They were winning everything.
Of course. No, but
I still
is that game actually good?
What, Deathloop?
Yeah.
I think I have not played Deathloop. I like I said, I would have to go by your guys' word if y'all played Deathloop.
I haven't played it.
It's fine. Like it deserves what it deserves. Like it came out during a time where it's like it was good. It was good for it to come out this year because it didn't have a plethora of competition. Honestly,
your description of it was, "Oh, it's Dishonored."
It's like
it's Dishonored.
Like,
I was like, I didn't play Dishonored.
I'm just like, why have you not seen or played Dishonored? Okay, like first-person espionage that is like turns into first-person like RPG combat. I can't even like properly describe like because there's no other games like Dishonored. Like it's just.
It's true. That is true.
Nothing to compare it to.
It's like Dishonored. Well, the way I'm going to describe Deathloop is that it's Dishonored, but same gameplay with guns.
With guns. That's literally the most specific definition I can.
So like I'm saying,
because like Dishonored is in like a steampunk like past future type of thing, and they've got powers and all this tech going on, and Deathloop is like present day, but with looping mechanics that you exploit.
Word. What about you, Last Order?
I was torn with the best ongoing game one. It's like, oh no, where do my loyalties lie?
Wait, Genshin Impact won best mobile?
Yes.
Yeah. They deserve it though. It's a AAA game in a mobile game.
I'm like, wait, hold on, how is that fair? It's not.
It's a mobile game.
It's a mobile game.
But you know what I mean. That's semantic.
But no, it's a mobile game.
Well,
it's a mobile game.
This goes back to the fact that Anima was like,
But
okay,
it's-
there's
it's
not a
not
lot
exclusive
going
to
on for
mobile.
games here, so
There's not. Everybody
Like,
pretty much.
it's a
generally
cross-platform
comes
game.
But you got to give respect where respect is due. Some people won some very well-deserved awards. Some people, not everybody really brought it. Nobody really cares if Nintendo brings anything because they do their own thing. They always have. Okay, like they stopped doing like major things for events when they started doing directs. Okay, like let's just be honest. That was years ago.
They were there for at least for the Game Awards. Like they were sitting in the audience.
They always would have like I'm saying like what they would bring to the table as far as like content coming out. Like they would just drop like reveal trailers for characters at the Game Awards, and that became like the thing that people were looking forward to the most at the Game Awards. That goes to show that really at the end of the day, like they weren't really giving us anything to begin with. But it felt like they were.
If I remember,
they didn't bring anything. And I'm like,
I mean, if I remember correctly, one of those Game Award years was when Breath of the Wild won everything. So,
I mean, I'm not talking about winning stuff. I'm talking about like
just bringing them to the actual table,
bringing new content, exclusive, first look stuff. People were like, I didn't show anything. I was like, they never do.
Well, I mean, they rocked the Game Awards before, I think 2 years ago for Joker
with character reveals. That's it.
Yeah.
And to think about that, with 2 years ago, if that was Joker, that was the first DLC. That means that there's only been 2 character reveals at the Game Awards. Then, yay or nay? Because Smash has been out since 2018.
What was the other character?
Not Steve. Byleth, maybe. No, can't be.
I don't think they had another. I don't know if they had one.
They did. They showed it at the Game Awards. I just don't remember who it was.
All I remember is Joker.
All right, hold on. Game Awards. Smash character reveal. There's Joker, and then Sephiroth was the second one.
Oh, Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't sure. That's why I didn't even say. I'm just like, Steve was E3. Game Awards would have been Sephiroth, but I can't remember if that happened that quick. But then I'm like, what? Game Awards is in December and E3's in May, so maybe it wasn't like
Sephiroth like took over the entire night, and the Game Awards didn't even matter at that point. Then
yeah, like, well, Sephiroth. Like those were two incredibly hype reveals. So like that's kind of what the Game Awards were being overshadowed by. But it only happened twice. So I don't know where people got the idea that Nintendo's supposed to bring earth-shattering, like content to the Game Awards. Like, I don't know. Anyway, continue.
No, I think that was your opinion on what's going on. I hope that was. But
I just feel like people are overreacting to the lack of Nintendo content, or just the lack of content at the Game Awards, period. Like, Game Awards never really popped off like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like no one really. I don't know why people are putting all this like expectation behind hype over it now. Is what I mean. Like, the Game Awards used to be a lot like the thing people were just like, yeah, whatever. But then Smash trailers were coming through, and people were like, oh, I'm about to catch this Smash character reveal, and everybody was all excited for the Game Awards. But then they also still shout on the Game Awards, and then of course the controversy with Last of Us 2 winning. Like, that was the most the Game Awards ever got as far as relevance. Like, we do pay attention to who wins and stuff, but like as far as the overall like narrative, people expected way more out of them this year than I feel like they should have, because it's been a lot going on lately. But as a whole, the Game Awards have never brought that much hype. It is not where people drop the biggest, baddest information or reveals or whatever. You know what I mean?
I'd say
it never has been.
I'd say it's not a guarantee, because they have dropped like big things before. It's just
or people have decided to drop big things on that event.
Yeah, there you go. I mean,
it's like hit or miss, though.
Yeah, it's a hit or miss, but I can't say that they haven't done that.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say they haven't ever at all, but I'm not gonna say that it's like comparable to E3. Even E3 sometimes fails to really like, and that was the whole entire event that was supposed to bring that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right, and I get it. And E3 became more or less of a show of like, hey, investors, do you think this is gonna get enough hype? And investors would be like, we'll see what happens. But now it's more or less everybody's doing their own thing now.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna try to stay on a positive note here. I think this Games Awards wasn't bad. I honestly think it was actually pretty good. I actually watched the entire thing from start to finish, and now people are going to meme on this one lady who tried to say best mobile game, and she said Genshin Impact instead of Genshin Impact. I feel so sorry for her. She was so adorable when she said it, but I feel so sorry for her because they're gonna meme on her online for a while now.
Oh, my mistake. Like, we haven't all been there.
Well, if you live on the internet, sometimes that kind of mistake could like ruin your whole outlook on things. But yeah, that happened. I think the Game Awards was actually pretty okay. They actually were consistent. They were going through. So like,
you know what I'm thinking? They are getting better. Like, just in general, they're getting better. People keep acting like they're so bad, but like they're really trying to take the feedback and really improve.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're expecting too much.
So
people are expecting too much of the Game Awards, and they're doing really well, but like they're still going to be shadowed on by the general public because it's not dropping information they want.
There will also be a lot of people who are disappointed at the beginning of the Game Awards, where they were expecting Jeff Keighley to say something about Activision Blizzard, and people have to realize that in a business take, he can't say their names directly. He can only reference them and then, talk about it. He gave a hotline, he gave charity, he talked about how it's unacceptable, and that's where he started the show out with. He gave face to that. He made sure that people knew about it, but he couldn't say the name directly. So it's good. That's probably
talking about.
So Activision Blizzard has been doing a lot of shit things, right? You already know this, but people were expecting Jeff Keighley to say something about it at the Game Awards, but he couldn't say the name Activision Blizzard. So that's the very beginning, like after their pre-show, like 25 minutes in, when Jeff Keighley comes out, he talks about it and then he moves on with the Game Awards. So I know some people are gonna talk about that, but it is what it is. Activision Blizzard is shit. Moving on. Yeah. So those are the Game Awards. If you really, if Skeptic really wants to watch the Dokev concert, he can if he wants to. I'll find the link for him personally. Other than that, pretty good show. Pretty good show. Wasn't even bad. It was pretty good.
It's becoming a respectable little game show.
Right.
Little award show.
If anything, I'm kind of surprised that I'm kind of surprised that I didn't notice that like the lack of games was actually prevalent for like this year and last year. Maybe I'm just becoming a little too used to games being very sparse. But you do pull up a point. There isn't a lot that was going on. Though I am sad Psychonauts 2 didn't win anything.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad about that too.
I was shocked too. Yeah.
Like Psychonauts 2 it's still an underrated game. It's weird. People just like don't really get how much is really coming out of that, but it is what it is.
Right.
Like it's still the fact that it got nominated is good enough for me, at least for now, to know that people need to put respect on that game's name.
Right.
Because it's definitely not like it's not another one of those games that people are just like whatever. But it's faded from like it was already obscure, faded even further into obscurity. A sequel dropped and like people were popping off because it is an incredible game, but it's still one of those cult things. It's like if you had a sequel coming out for, I don't know, I almost said Shimu, like that wasn't the biggest deal in Japan, and then it came out like a half-baked turd. And I just feel like there has to be a better example. Like give me a really good game that people, like God Hand or something.
Yeah.
God Hand is an incredible game. If it had a sequel, there'd be a lot of excitement. But would it win any awards? That's hard to place because it's not as like it's just not mainstream.
Yeah, it's kind of niche, isn't it? So
well, it's a Capcom game, so it's a beat 'em up, and it's just got a very, very obscure character and narrative that people aren't familiar with. It's like that dude Gene isn't as cool as Dante per se, but his action game isn't any less fun. Damn, if I had to put up between Devil May Cry and God Hand, I'd actually give it up for God Hand. Not because Dante's, games aren't good or anything, but like God Hand is a really challenging game. It's supposed to be a really challenging game, but the way that you get better at it is more to do with how you customize and use the moves and when. And how, although it's not perfect because we haven't had sequels to really polish it, just that one game is better than at least the first, I would say, 2 Devil May Cries. And I'd even arguably say the 4th. 3 and 5 in the Devil May Cry series really handled well, and I have to hand it over to DMC Devil May Cry for its controls. Those games really work, gameplay-wise. But God Hand always worked. That game is astounding. And it's like, I really wanted more. I was like, oh my gosh. And there's so much extra stuff in here that's just silly that you can do, that's fun. The replay value on this is insane. Like, I played through Devil May Cry once and I'm good.
Okay.
But this I can play all day.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
More to the point, there wasn't a lot of games notable for the Game Awards, like kind of lacking. But the Game Awards itself was fine. Anyway, that's the end of the show.
Moral of the story is go play God Hand, okay?
Okay. All right.
You can emulate it. I have it. I actually am about to play it right the frick now. Got myself all hyped for it.
Make sure you have the actual game. Anyway,
you can't find it, dude.
Dude, don't say that.
I don't say that.
You just can't find it.
Left the game. What he's saying, he can't find it in his garage. That's what he's saying.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Anyway, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next Sunday. And check out the list. I put it in the descriptions. There's links to it. So check out the Game Awards. Game Awards. I said that right. Not Game Awards. My bad. But we'll see you guys next time. Please politely take your shoes, put them on your feet, walk out the door, and please leave our apartment and have a nice day. Great.
Enjoy.